Hey, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Courtney,
We're exploring our past
looking forward to our future,
and living for the present, all
all
while
while learning
learning
how
how
to
to
live
magic.
magically.
Hello.
I can't believe I'm looking at you right now. This is wild. Also, just
Why?
want to say at the top of the episode, this is one to watch on YouTube.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything, but like, this is the one.
Okay, this is the one.
Hi, how are you
Hi,
doing? Tell me
I'm great.
literally everything about yourself.
I had a baby.
I can't. Like how many days ago? Like yesterday?
No, what's today?
Today is
Wednesday.
the 22nd. Yeah.
So we're a week and 2 days in.
I can't.
It is kind of wild.
Well, and you're just like back to it. Like I think you also you suggested I wasn't going to touch it with a 10-foot pole and you were like, "Let's record." And I was like,
Okay.
"Okay."
We're
And
like gonna get into this more. We have like questions from the people,
yeah.
but I am very grateful that we have an easy baby.
Yeah.
And I'm just like Kyle and I just kind of like sit around, like, what are we gonna do? And like, granted, we're just not people who are sit around type folks. So
Yeah.
we're like, what do we want to do stuff? I don't know. So we're just
I have so many questions, but just like seeing you existing, I like to be
So,
fair
but I
when
think that is where like I feel that. But I think that's where there's like this like stigma of you have a baby and then just like everything changes.
well, yeah, I'm like just so uneducated on the matter. Like I remember when Stephanie came home from her first baby and they let you like and you too, they let you go home like the next day and I'm just like what? Like what?
See, I mean that and even that like before we had him sounded kind of scary of like, wait, we're just gonna have him and then like 2 days later they're gonna send us home and we just have to like keep him alive. But
Yeah.
I don't know, it really does just they say like your like parent like intuition just kind of kicks in and it's so true. We really just kind of adapted so quickly to it. It was just we're doing it. I don't know. You have no choice, right? Like you just do it.
Right. I mean, but like even for yourself, like whatever about the baby, you just went through like like a giant medical procedure.
That part is a little we can talk about that more. That part it like after you have the baby, at least for like us at our hospital, granted we had a wonderful experience. It was like right after you have the baby, it's everything's baby and like checking on baby and looking for all these signs on baby. And then you're kind of just left on like not left, but I felt like there was maybe something I could have used a little bit more information for my own body to
Yeah,
like look out for because I've been Googling. I almost feel like more on myself than I have the baby, but like I don't know, you just kind of do it. I don't know.
totally. I'm just so impressed and proud and excited for you and all the things. So,
Okay, well before we talk all about baby, tell me about what you've been
am,
going on the last 2 weeks.
am I hearing baby noises in the background?
He's literally right here. I just don't want to
I
pick him up because he's like we will show him off, but I don't want to pick him up at the beginning of the episode because
yeah,
if
yeah, yeah.
baby, that would not be good in people's ear holes,
No, I got you. I got you.
you know?
Okay, I've been great.
Okay.
Not a lot to report, especially comparatively, but I did do Hollywood Studios the other night, which is the first time I've been in the park since Christmas started. And that place is a vibe.
It really is like the most
Yeah.
underrated Christmas park that there is.
Yeah, that I would say the same. It's totally underrated. I mean,
I've
Magic Kingdom is classic, but like
yeah.
this is like nostalgia,
Yes.
childhood. Like
The theming is just so good there. And
yes.
I've been seeing a little bit of stories on Jollywood Nights,
Yeah.
and it kind of looks like a vibe. I don't know if it's like worth the price of admission, but I would like to talk to somebody. I know that Ashton and Patrick and the kids just went and had like a ball, but I would
Yes.
love to hear, yeah, what people are thinking of it.
I have totally gone down the Jollywood rabbit hole. I don't have tickets. I'm not going. I live here, so I just like wanted to know more about it. It sounds
Yeah,
awesome. And then the first night, I read nothing but trash. I mean,
really.
people, oh my gosh, hated it. Even like blogger, like influencers that were hosted, like people who have something to lose by
Yeah.
bashing it.
Uh,
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
so like it got better, or
Oh yeah. Oh,
or
the
like
good.
what
No,
you
the good
make.
news is I think Disney listened. I think they really heard what people had to say about. I mean, people were saying they were waiting in line like 3 hours for the Gertie cookie, for example.
No,
Yeah, like just like
not for,
unacceptable.
yeah, for the price that you're paying for that.
Right, right. And you're paying for the
Ugh,
food. Like you're still, it wasn't
yeah,
even
that
included.
right.
Like, yeah, wild. People were complaining about the Tip Top Club being like poorly themed. They said it was just like a couple cocktail tables and a banner. So I don't know. The shows have always had rave reviews. I will say that, like from night one, everybody loves. There's
Love.
like a larger than life Jack Skellington puppet, which I'm not
I
a
saw
nightmare
there's like,
person, but
yeah, I saw there's like some like Nightmare Before Christmas like sing along or something. Not my
yeah,
vibe, but pretty cool. They're
yeah,
finally bringing that to like world. I feel like that's a land thing. So
yeah. Agree, agree. I'm like, I don't like that movie. You don't
me,
either. It's like not our vibe, but
it's just
it also like if for nothing else, I know this is wrong, but I'm of the philosophy that The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween situation.
see. I guess I need to like watch the movie more to like
Me
fully understand
same.
concept, but like of course if you look at him he looks more Halloween than Christmas, but I think the
Right.
movie is both. Like he's,
Definitely. I mean, obviously it's
I
The
don't know,
Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah.
you're right, but
I don't like to see spooky stuff at Christmas. I know he's not even spooky, but like he is. He's a skeleton. Like,
we're on the same page here. I know
yeah.
we're gonna
The
get
other show, we're gonna get total hate on that. It's
yeah.
just gonna happen. The other show has the Muppets, has Kermit and Piggy, and it has
Oh,
Mickey and Minnie. And I guess it's giving very like old school vibes, and people are loving it.
well, I think I like that because I think the like Hollywood Studios at Christmas is old school, so they should kind of
Agree.
that vibe. I don't know.
Agree, agree. I think it fits in. I think it's been really cool to see people who are dressing up to go to the
Yes,
parties.
yes,
Like,
that is like so fun.
yeah, lean in, guys. I love it.
Ashton crushed it with her little family outfits. I don't know if you saw them, but like her and
Yeah, of
Bailey
course.
sparkle dresses and Patrick and
Yes.
matching bow ties. Oh my god, so cute.
Yeah, they were amazing. And speaking of Ashton, I text both her and our old friend Sam
Oh yeah,
because there is a new candle shop at Springs.
and like another one, or like a like I remember in the co-op you used to be able to make your own candles.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's the same company or not. It's called Bowes, Bowes.
Okay.
And I don't want to like get sued or anything by saying bad things, but it's a no for me.
Oh, is it its own like shop, or
It's
is
its
it like a
own
pop up?
it's
Or
its own shop. It's right next to Salt and Straw, the ice cream place, like on the
yep,
Splitsville side of things.
yep.
It just opened. They also have like a make your own candle situation, which is really cool. But
Hmm.
I just walked around. AJ was with me, and we just walked around and like I couldn't speak because number one, it was wild to see someone else's concept, like
So are
small
they?
shop, small business being executed in the park, like on property.
So they're scented, like inspired.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So they're it's the same vibe as like Walter and Rosie. They have
okay.
like pirate waters and
Yeah.
hotel lobby and
Dole Whip.
pineapple float.
Yeah.
The scent execution is terrible. Like
Just because we like know from the best, you know?
we know from the best, but like number one that I saw, no Soarin' candle.
Oh, well then you're already
Like,
failed.
you're already failing. Number two, they did like a Rome burning situation and it smells like a barbecue. Not like a campfire, but like a barbecue.
No, thank you.
Yeah, not good. The pirate waters or pirate whatever, I think they did like, because you know that ride has 3 smells.
Yes, we've learned.
They did 3 separate candles, but like it was like a no, and a no for me. Yeah, I didn't like it. The one they did get right, of course, is Beach Club because everybody and their mother knows that now. So like counts out of the bag.
Yeah.
But it just was like a wild experience to be in there and just be like talking to a sales associate who like was very nice, but had no idea that like they were completely ripping off someone else's concept and like it was wild.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I guess good for them for getting a store at Disney Springs though.
Right. Like ultimately they're crushing it. And the store was busy and people are totally into the concept in general. So like way to execute. Wow. I couldn't shut my mouth when I was in there.
I'm not shocked by that.
Yeah, I just like couldn't. I was like, I gotta go. I can't handle this.
Too funny.
That's really all that's been going on in my life. I also did KG's podcast and we talked for so long she had to cut it into 2 episodes.
I love that for you guys.
Yeah.
Real quick, I saw that you went and saw the Trolls movie.
Oh, I loved it.
You did?
Hilarious. So funny.
Can't get over that. Basically NSYNC like hyped this whole thing up as if they were getting back together, and I think it is fully only for the Trolls movie. Like there's
agree.
Out of that. It's a little disappointing, but the way that social media like got on board and we all thought that NSYNC was getting back together. Yes. And it was for the Trolls movie. We got trolled. That's perfect way of putting it. Like I sometimes lay up at night thinking about how they really just I just can't believe that we fell for that. Yeah, it was a smart marketing move for sure. It worked, yeah. Hey, you saw the movie. Exactly. And I would recommend it to you too. Like we were laughing a lot. Have you seen the other ones? No. Oh, okay. So I've never seen the other ones. Like I didn't even know that Justin Timberlake was a troll in the movie. I didn't. Yeah. Really, it's also for me, it was like hard to recognize his voice. Like I knew which one he was, obviously, but really? Like Anna Kendrick, I was like, definitely got it. Yeah, she has a very like prominent voice, I think. Yeah, but him, who I also think obviously has like a very prominent voice. Yeah. I don't know that I would have like put it together. Interesting. Yeah, but like definitely recommend it. So there you go. Oh man. Hi. So I don't want to talk about me anymore. I want to know everything about you. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know how baby is doing. I want to know how Kyle is doing. I want to know everything that you want to share. Okay. So I know you asked for some questions. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for all of Yeah, we are thankful for all of you and like so happy that you're part of our families. Seriously. Yeah. We're like really grateful. Just really grateful. Yeah. Okay. And also like because of you, the listener, I get to talk to you every week, Shelby. I know. So not that we wouldn't talk otherwise, but we talk way more now than we ever did before. Because we're like forced. Not that like I'm forced to talk to you, but like it's just like planned in our schedule. Yeah, it's great. I love it. And I'm so thankful that like anybody would want to listen to that. I know. We say it all the time. I just can't believe that people like literally Monday, let's listen to Shelby and Courtney.
Yeah. And their shenanigans.
Yeah. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Now let's do this.
Okay, so you asked for some questions.
Yeah.
I and plenty came in. I have them pulled up here, and I'm just gonna kind of like ask you stuff. Um, I assume that you're not gonna want to share like at 1:03, I bled 3 dots of blood, and then I stood up and peed. Like, we don't need to know all.
I'm not here to share that. I will share like generics. I'm not here to give people unnecessary anxiety over pregnancy and labor that I felt like I had going into it. So I want to kind of change the stigma into more of a positive experience, which overall I do feel I did have a positive experience. So like of course there's like hiccups and negatives and like it's called labor for a reason. But for the most part, it was a positive experience. So
I love that. And I'm extra thankful for that because I know that you like really heard a lot of horror stories going into it. So
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I think what to take away from that is that everybody's pregnancy is different, everybody's labor is different, everybody's birth story is different, and everybody's baby is different. Like,
yeah.
So my story is going to be completely different than anybody else's. That's just how it's supposed to be. So
yeah. And like you also live very much with an attitude of gratitude. So I think that helps. Like the whole time, I know the whole experience, you've been just like, when you got pregnant, you were thankful to be pregnant. When you were going through it, you were thankful, that things were like normal. Like the whole time, you're just like happy to be existing, which I think plays a big role.
Anything, I mean, not even just pregnancy. It all depends on your mindset, really.
Right.
I mean, we can throw that back to business, right? Like if I have a bad sale, well, I had a good sale last week. You know what I mean? Like, change your mindset. Not everything has to be negative. Sure, you're going to go through some shit, but like, come on. There's a positive in everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And in this one, I got a freaking baby out of it. So
so let's start with like the basics. You had a baby. Are you going to share his name?
You already know his name. His name is Brooks.
Brooks what?
Brooks Robert.
I love that.
When we found out we were having a boy, we went through like all of the names, and Kyle and I couldn't agree on a single boy's name. And we were watching golf because in our household we watch sports and only sports. And there is a golfer named Brooks Koepka. And I said to Kyle, I was like, I don't know, but like I kind of like the name Brooks. And he was like, oh, I could totally get down with Brooks. And it kind of like just stuck from there. And we were like, is Brooks like what it is? And we just kind of like went along with it. And then just some like funny sign things. I'm a big person of like the universe gives you signs of things.
Yes.
The weekend that we announced that we were pregnant, Brooks Koepka won like a championship golf match. And I was like, oh, is this a sign that his name should be Brooks? And
I love that.
We still couldn't like really, I mean, it's like you're naming a kid for life. So we really put some thought into this. And then let me see if I can explain this the best way that I can. So we were flying down to Florida in June for like our last trip. And I said, we need to like narrow, like for sure say that what his name's going to be so we can get him his first pair of ears. And we're on the plane, and basically Brooks Koepka, the golfer, he golfs for this league, and he joined another league for a lot of money. And it was kind of people really hated on that. So some people don't like this golfer because of that. Well, while we're on the flight, I said, we need to determine his name. When we land, we find out that the PGA like bought this other league. So now it doesn't really matter that he went to this league or not. It's like all done with. So we land, and I joke, like Kyle and I joke like, oh, well, for sure his name's Brooks now because there's no bad stigma around Brooks Koepka. And the second we turn our phones on, my brother had texted me the same thing, like, Brooks it is,
Oh,
because like forget all this bad stigma. So it was kind of like we just kind of got all these signs that it was
yeah,
Brooks. So I wouldn't say, like, I don't like to say that he's like named after the golfer, but that is how we found his name, I guess.
sure.
Uh, and then his middle name is Robert, which is my stepdad's name. And I get emotional every time I say this, but my stepdad is my dad, really.
Yeah.
Never got to have his name. So, oh my God.
Oh, baby
Yeah, so,
tears. Yeah, it's so sweet. And
it's
I
sad to
know
see. Yeah.
it meant a lot to him. Like I just in the past year getting to know him on any level, like watching him walk you down the aisle, all the
Yeah.
things. Like he's such a great person.
He's been in my life since literally my parents got married when I was 4. So, like, he's been around since forever. He's just always been my dad. So,
Yeah.
I didn't have his
I,
name. Now Brooks does. And that's where that came from.
I think it's amazing. It's such a touching story and such a nice, I don't know. I just think it's wonderful that you got to do that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Okay, great.
and his initials are now BRR, which is like
Brr.
Burr. So
Nice.
Kyle naturally is like thinking about his like touchdown celebration
Of course.
and how he can like really use like the being cold to his advantage and like make some like weird celebration out of that. I don't know.
Why not? Yeah, he's gonna be like, brr.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love
anyway,
it. I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing.
moving on.
So what day did you have him and does it have any relevance?
Oh my God. So we had him on November 13th. I'll share a little bit. We were technically due on November 20th, but we were induced on the 13th because he was measuring big. They said that he was in like the 88th percentile, and that was on my 36-week appointment, and we were induced at 39. And thank goodness we were. So we were induced on the 13th. And for people who don't know about like being induced, because I didn't really either, but they say that you can start like your induction, but we walked in and they were like, we might send you home if it doesn't like stick, or there's just probably no chance that he's really going to be born on Monday. It takes a while for like inductions to kick in. And I was like, no, he's coming today. One, the 13th is Kyle's dad's birthday. So his dad was like over the moon to share a birthday. But then also the 13th is Taylor Swift. So when the doctors I kept saying like, no, he's coming today. He's coming today. And they were like, why are you so like set on today? Like, what's wrong with tomorrow? And I was like, well, the 13th is Taylor Swift. And they were like, oh, okay, well, I still can't guarantee that he's going to be out by midnight. And I was like, okay, well, he is.
Yeah.
I also will point out that I had a follower tell me that, so when you put it out, 11, 13, 20, 23, if you add up like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus, you get it, equals 13.
Oh,
I know. So he is just like a Swiftie.
I love it. I mean, I expected
Hard.
nothing less, but
I know. But so we go in to be induced. They started it at 9 a.m. and I mean, he was out by 9:30, which went p.m.
Yeah.
Which went way faster than, I mean, any of the nurses or doctor expected. Like they would come in and check me and be like, yeah, he's probably coming today. And I was like, I told you so. I told you he's a Swiftie.
Yes.
So yes, we got induced. I did get an epidural. If you are somebody who is like, I'm doing a non-medicated birth, I do not understand it. And like, good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
That's just like pure insanity to me. But hey, I will say, I just want to like cut the stigma of an epidural because everyone like says how scary that is. And it truly felt like a bee sting. And then you're much happier after that. So
that was like my first question to you after birth. My first thing was like, are you okay? How was the epidural?
yeah, like everybody says it's like this huge like needle or something, and a lot of people say that they like make your husband like leave the room, and Kyle was there, and he like I had to like cling on to him to get it, like because you have to like kind of not move. And I mean, he was like, I didn't see anything either, so I'm not going to research anymore about epidurals because I obviously got one and I was fine, but there is like the stigma of like how scary an epidural is, and
yeah, and
I
you were
would
fine.
not be able to. I don't know what we would have done if I didn't get an epidural. So,
well, so you definitely noticed a difference like before and after. Like it helped you. It made you feel better.
yes. So,
Good.
with an epidural, so like you're like having contractions, and like the nurse comes in and tells you like, hey, like if you want the epidural, you got to tell me, and just know that it's going to take like 30 to 40 minutes for them to come up, get you prepped, do it, and then for it to kick in. And I was like trying to power through. I was like, I don't really know why I was trying to power through. I've always heard that it like will slow down your labor or all of these things. Again, all of these things that I heard
Yeah.
prior. And so I was trying to power through, and within 15 minutes, I was like, I can't power through any longer. And I understand where the nurse can't tell you you need an epidural. But she
Right.
was kind of hinting at it. And like even Kyle and I say, looking back, he wishes he was just like, babe, you need to get just like, let's go and get this. Like, why are we suffering?
Yeah.
So when I finally said we needed the epidural, probably the really big fluke in my birth story was that the first epidural didn't take. And then I had to get a second epidural. And that was probably the longest hour and a half of the labor.
Waiting.
Was that first one not kicking in, them trying to wait it out for it to kick in, just never worked. So then they had to take it out and do another one. Again, getting the epidural didn't hurt. I got two. And
Yeah.
once it was finally done with, it was a game changer. So
Amazing. Love to hear it.
Yeah, I pushed for 3 hours, which was not fun. But he's here now. I don't think
Yeah.
I know the doctors didn't realize how big he was.
Yeah.
He was like in the higher percentile, but they didn't realize that he was like 9 pounds 2 ounces. And he's like 22 inches long, which is, I mean, that's 2 feet.
Yeah.
He's 2 feet tall. I keep joking
Yeah.
that he's going to be like riding the roller coasters at Disney on his first birthday because like he's ginormous.
That is awesome.
Yeah, now he's here.
Didn't he also have like a giant head?
He has a giant head. He has like a 14, it was like 14.75, so 15 inches round. Yeah. And
Amazing.
even the doctors for that were like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. Sorry about
that. That's hilarious.
I will say, so like another stigma of like you're in labor and you have to like push a baby out.
Yeah.
You watch too many movies of what it's like.
Yeah.
And the first hour, I'm not kidding, was like we were joking around like with the nurses. I got to know all the nurses like life stories. I'm talking to the doctor, like we're making jokes for the first hour because you only push like every contraction.
Right.
And it's, I don't know, you just like watch so much of like, you just think it's like so serious, and we're just like making jokes. And yeah. And I mean, I will say like once you get closer, obviously it got way worse. And then it was like to the extreme. But the first hour I was like, this is easy.
Yeah.
And Kyle's like, let's not settle down. Like, we can talk about this like once it's over. But I was like, this is like easy peasy. It turned out it wasn't. But yeah, another funny thing, we watched Monday Night Football the entire time.
Hilarious and completely appropriate.
Yeah, like the TV was right in front of me, and that's kind of like how I gathered how long I had been doing this for, because I know how long football games are.
Smart.
Which is like a pro and a con, but yeah. And I will say,
basically,
I think everybody knows how, like we've talked about this before, I was so scared about
Yeah.
going into labor. I was
Yeah.
terrified. I had asked my doctor if we could have a C-section at like 30 weeks because I
I
was
remember.
scared. Um, and it's scary, and I'm not going to say that it's like rainbows and butterflies by any means, but you you just like you go in and you do it. Like your mindset just changes and you have no choice. I mean, I guess you do have a choice. You could have a C-section, but
Yeah.
you just like you just it just changes. I don't know. And even the 3 hours of pushing, Kyle says at like hour two and well, it was like 2.5. They had kind of said to me like, "Hey, in the next hour, we're going to discuss other ways to get him out, aka C-section."
Okay.
And at that point, I was like, "Oh hell no,
Like I'm
no!
doing this. Yeah.
I'm not going through labor, pushing for however long. Like at that point, it would be like 4 hours if they had to do a C-section and get a C-section because now I'm going to
Yeah.
recover from all of the things and
Right.
I send all of my love to people who have had that happen because I know that happens a lot. But I was like, no, I will do whatever I can right now. And Kyle says that I just kicked it into another gear that he didn't even think that I had in me but no, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah. You're like up against a challenge. And like also I think you know too that like a lot of people don't choose to have a C-section. It just like happens because the baby is upside down or they're pushing.
Yes.
I don't know anything about babies
Right.
again, but like stuff goes wrong and
Yeah.
it's the option. So like it happens and all the respect to anybody who has to go through that, but also like all the respect to anybody who goes through any sort of birth process at all.
For sure. For sure.
You're
Yeah.
a hero.
So overall, it was a great experience. My husband I'm more obsessed with him than I was before.
I love to hear that. You said that to me the other day, and I am not surprised, but I love to hear it.
He was a champ, absolute champ.
Is there any advice for like dads that are like birthing partners that are in the room? Like, did he do anything in particular that was like particularly comforting or helpful or whatever? Or just like him being there?
Like, he was just there and I am not somebody, I can be very shy and like I don't speak up for myself and he will speak up for me. I mean,
good.
This is like the dumbest thing of like, why wouldn't I say this? But there was like, I'm like hooked up to like IVs and all of the things. So I'm kind of like, and like monitors. So you're kind of like trapped to the bed. And I had told him, I think I have to pee. And he was like, okay, well, next time like the nurse comes in, just like let them know because they would have to disconnect me or like at least wheel all this stuff. It was a whole thing. So the nurse comes in and I don't say anything. And Kyle's, I know, just so like dumb. And Kyle's like, she has to pee.
Yeah.
So, like, and of course they take care of it, whatever. And I can go to the bathroom, but like he just literally like, I don't know, he would speak up for me. He was very like during the epidural situation, he was like, we can't be doing this. Like she's clearly in a lot of pain. That was the hardest part for him was that hour when the epidural didn't work because I was like him watching me in so much pain. But he was like talking to the nurse, like, okay, this isn't working. So what are we going to do here? Like, come on. And so I just think, I guess my advice from what I saw from Kyle would be just be an advocate for your wife or your spouse or whatever.
I love that.
So yeah.
You just felt like you had an extra person looking out for you besides yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Did you have to labor in a mask?
No.
No? Neither one of you had to wear a mask?
No.
That's nice.
There was like some doctors or some nurses that like chose to wear a mask, but most didn't have them.
Nice.
If we were to ask them to wear a mask, they would. Sure.
Yeah. I just know like we're coming out of, everybody had to do it in a mask.
I know.
So that's nice.
And I think you couldn't even have like your support person there, or maybe
right.
I don't know. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I can't either. I really can't.
Yeah.
Did you have like a playlist? Were you listening to music or?
That's funny that you asked that. No. And at one point, during our 3 hours, they had said, like, do you want to listen to some Taylor Swift to like distract me? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, because music to me is like you remember a song
Yep.
for a reason. And I was like, I don't want any of Taylor's songs to be like, oh yeah, that was hour 2:15 when I was
Right.
ready to give up. Like, I don't want to be remembered Taylor in that way, you know? So no, we see, and like that's, I'm gonna remember the Buffalo Bills and the Broncos of like, that is me giving birth for
Yeah.
probably,
Hey, great.
you know, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to remember Taylor that way. So no
I
playlist.
totally get that. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look at some of these questions.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
Also, that so many people have been messaging me asking me like, how am I feeling, which is just so kind. I'm like great, truly. I mean, of course I'm like healing, but we
Can
were
you
like
like
up.
walk by yourself?
Yeah, I
Okay.
walked from the delivery room to like our recovery room. I walked there. I've been walking since an hour after I gave birth, and
Wow.
when we got home, we had a couple of nice days of weather, so we went for walks around the block. I'm good. I mean, I'm not like on the treadmill. I'm not on the Peloton
No.
yet. I'm not allowed to be, but
Yeah. But like you can
again,
walk upstairs. Like,
yeah, I've been walking up the stairs. I'm good.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
I still the whole thing to me is like I feel like moms need like a 2 month spa hiatus after giving birth, which they do, obviously, but
Yeah.
like I just the human body is amazing.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not like, I know that other people go through it much worse and need
Right.
much longer recovery. I'm just
Yeah, of
saying my
course.
story and how I'm feeling. And I feel
Yeah.
for all those that are not quick back like me.
You know that you're lucky.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah. I will say
Uh,
though, I ended up getting like a sinus cold basically the day we went home, which was not fun. And I was so stressed about giving it to baby. I think it was more because like I didn't sleep the night before we went to the hospital for obvious reasons.
well,
I
because
didn't
you
sleep
knew what was happening.
exactly. I
Yeah.
didn't sleep Monday night or like I basically didn't sleep for like 3 days straight. Did the hardest workout of my life.
Yeah.
And I think my body was like, what are we doing? And just kind of like shut down on me. And then I got this stupid sinus thing, and then Kyle got it. Knock on wood, baby never got it because I was very stressed about that. But that
Yeah.
was probably one of the hardest things, was like I was just purely exhausted
Well, yeah, you were sick.
and then had a cold. Yeah. But other than that, I'm good. And I'm good like mentally. I've never had, my house has been clean for days straight. It's wild. You just kind of like,
Nice.
I don't know, you just kind of do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Is there anything that you took with you to the hospital that you feel was, I mean, like, I know there are obviously essential things like an outfit for the baby to take home or whatever, but
Uh-huh.
anything that you brought that was like, thank God I had a stress ball or something?
No,
No?
really. I mean, the hospital had basically everything. I can't
Good.
even, the only thing I think we would probably like really thankful we brought was our charger pack
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
outlets are hard to come by. So it was nice to like have our little charger pack to like charge our phones. But
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Outlets probably are super hard to come by because if there is an outlet, they probably also need to use it.
that, and they're just like in bad spots. So like it's not like
Yeah,
plug your phone in and use it. Yeah.
that's wild. I
But
can't
other than
handle
that,
these baby noises right now.
I know he's content though, so I don't want to bother him.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. It's just so cute.
I'll pick him up at the end.
Good. Okay. Let's see. Congratulations. Brooks is beautiful. What has been the most surprising thing so far?
Um, Again, we are so grateful. But I think the surprising thing has been like it's been so easy.
Yeah. You talk a little bit about sleep.
So I wasn't going to share this, but I will share this. And if you have any hate for me for this, then just like unfollow and never listen to the podcast again.
Oh my God.
But I chose not to breastfeed. It's just not something that I had a connection with or felt that I could mentally handle it. And for multiple reasons, it just wasn't for me. And
Sure.
also, I wasn't breastfed. Kyle wasn't breastfed. We turned out all right. So I
Yeah.
will be okay. So for that, I think I've been able to sleep and Kyle is able to help out a lot more than if you were to breastfeed. So he does have to eat every 3 hours, but like we feed him at 9 p.m. Kyle stays up because he's a night owl and likes to play his video games and watch games. So I go to bed with him around like 9:10. I probably fall asleep. And Kyle does the 12 o'clock feed. I do the 3 o'clock feed. So I get about 5 to 6 hours of sleep.
Oh, nice.
Kyle does the 6 o'clock feed. And then I wake up with him at 9. So I get like another like 5 to 6 hours. Like I'm good. Like we are, we sleep,
Yeah.
he sleeps. If we didn't have to wake him up for his feeds, I think he would sleep even longer. But for now, he has to gain his weight back. So we have to wake him up every 3 hours. And yeah, we have a sleeper. We truly
Amazing.
have like an angel baby. It's wild. So
It seems that way, but also like, we don't take anything for granted either.
I'm like knocking on wood every time I say it because I don't want to jinx anything, but he truly is like an angel baby. And he like right now he's just like chilling here sleeping. And I said to Kyle has leave that he was able to take for work. So he's off for 3 weeks and then he can take more later on. But I kind of joked like, dang, I wish you didn't take all this leave right now because he's so easy that we just like
Mhm.
sit here and chill. I want him to take a week off when like he's on the go. I mean, I need
Yeah.
help for real, you know? But of course he deserves time to bond with his baby as well. But
Yeah.
the most surprising thing has just been how it's been so easy.
Yeah. I'm so thankful for that for you.
Yeah, and of course I know that not all babies are easy, not all babies sleep. They have like
No.
digestive issues. You never know, but so far, knock on wood, he's been great.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
I also don't take for granted that like my mom lives 3 minutes down the road. So
Yeah. And your mom is like a mom, like one of the best moms. So,
she's been
you know what I mean?
here.
Like as a mom,
Yeah, she's been here, I think, every day.
that feels so right.
Yeah.
Good. Does Brooke sleep in your room?
Yeah, so we have like a little like pack and play bassinet situation in our room. So he's with us for now. And he will be until we
Whenever. Yeah.
yeah, usually I mean I think like the earliest people will consider moving them into their own room is like 3 months, but
Okay.
we'll see. His room's upstairs, which is like a little stressful, but
Oh, yours isn't upstairs?
no. So that's
Okay.
like the only thing about like when we do move him upstairs. Um, but I want to make sure he's like sleeping longer periods of time before we move him.
Yeah, of course.
And we have like the fancy monitor so we can like track his breathing and like all of that. 'Cause
Amazing.
that's a little stressful. Kyle's been so funny about that. He like gets up and like he gets up so much throughout the night just to like make sure that he's breathing.
That's so sweet though.
But it's like that is like so I don't know, we have to like keep him alive.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah.
this is like a very positive episode, of course, and I feel that you in general had like a very positive experience start to finish. But there are still scary parts, even in like the best, most magical, perfect pregnancy. Like there's still
Absolutely.
things to worry about.
Absolutely.
So I get that.
I know
Um,
we're like in like obviously we're in New Hampshire, so it's cold right now. And the scariest part for me has been like it's cold and flu and COVID season up here and
yeah,
like so bad. It's so scary to like I know everybody wants to see the baby and like we allow it, and it's just scary though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I also can't imagine just like handing a thing that just came out of my body to another person. I'd be like, that's my organ. Like I need, you can't have
I've
it.
been pretty good with it, but like once he's like, when I like haven't had like when people are here and it's like he's just getting passed around for like hours and then they leave and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I missed you so much.
Yeah.
You're mine.
Oh, I love it. I'm so happy. What is your favorite thing about being a mom so far?
Oh my God, like all of it. It's wild. Like
Yeah.
I've always said that I was like made to do this, but
Hmm.
I don't know. He's just like, it's just like so fun. He's just so cute and we just like hang out every day. I think one of my favorite things though is like truly watching Kyle be a dad. Like
Yeah.
I can't even explain that to people. I know that people say that as like, just wait until you see your husband become a dad, but oh my God, it's just the sweetest thing. Like it's just the sweetest thing. I love him even more than I did before. I didn't even think it was possible.
I love that. That's so perfect. And Kyle is such a good person that it doesn't surprise me at all, but
Yeah.
it's just
It's just
like,
like a different level of like love. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
oh, that makes my heart warm. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Has he smiled yet?
He does like his little smirks, but I mean, I think they call them like poop or like gas smirks because they're not like
Oh yeah.
smirks, but when he does it, I'm like, oh my God, he's smiling. It's these are things that like are wild that you learn about babies. Like they can't see, like he's
Right.
like his eyes are basically just like seeing gray. So he's never like seen us. They can't like show emotion, of course, but I don't know. When I see him like gas smile, I'm like, oh my God, he's smiling.
Hey, maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
That's amazing. Lots of questions about sleep, so I'm glad that you talked about that. Um, do you have any family holiday traditions you'd like to start this year?
This year's like hard because of he's nothing, right? Like he's
Right.
chilling. We are gonna take him to like go meet Santa.
This year?
Yeah. I like want
Nice.
pictures, like every year.
Yeah.
I've always been we need a family photo for holiday like Christmas cards. So Casey's coming next week to take those.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Jealous.
I know. Other than that, like we've kind of been discussing, it's so hard to mesh families, right?
Yes.
And you put a baby in it and then you really have to like figure out something. So I've been very set on like we need to figure out like what our traditions are going to be. I don't want to be spent like I don't want my kids to remember Christmas driving around in a car all day.
Yeah. Right.
So this year is going to be like we'll just kind of see, but like by next year, I told Kyle like whatever we do, that is what I want for ever.
Yeah.
Like
You want to set like dinner at mom's,
yeah.
breakfast
So
at grandma's, whatever.
exactly. Like I remember like a very core memory to me has always been we do Christmas Eve at my grandparents' house. So and like my brother remembers that as well. So I think moving forward, like we've always done that still to this day as we go to my
Mhm.
parents' house for Christmas Eve. So that's something that like is a non-negotiable to me that we will be doing forever. But other than that, like I like Christmas morning will always be spent like here at our house or
Yeah.
so we're kind of still working through those types of things. But yeah, I don't know if there's any like I will say now that I'm looking at everybody in the parks during Christmas time, it will be like a tradition that we will be going to the parks
Oh, of course.
around this every year because
Yeah.
I'm one having so much FOMO from not being there for the
I
holidays.
know.
But then it also like hits different the next time that we're there for the holidays or like we're gonna have him with us and it's just the parks during Christmas is just so magical. So that is gonna be a tradition of mine.
Good. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Speaking of parks, how excited are you to bring Brooks to Disney for the first time?
Oh my God, I can't wait. So he'll be like 6 months old when we go for the first time. And I was excited before, but now that he's here, I'm even more excited. A little scared because like we still haven't really left the house yet. I know that we will plenty before he goes to his first Disney trip, but just the thought of traveling with a baby is a little scary, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do it often so that he is a pro traveler. But
I love that.
Can't wait. I'm just like picturing that picture of like him like on the hub grass, like wearing his ear for the first time, you know, like it's going to be a 10 out of 10 picture because Casey's going to take it. And I can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's going to be amazing. And like, you're going to learn so much, I assume, about traveling with kids and what works for your family and what doesn't. And
exactly
all the things. But like, sometimes I think that it's fun to go on new adventures and like learn new normals.
Absolutely. And that's like literally what this is every single day is like,
yeah,
we're learning our new normal.
Yeah. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
People are asking, like, is there anything that we can do from afar? And I also have that question because I hate not being there. Like, when I see you post the pictures of like Ashley holding the baby, and then we have like Ange holding the baby, and then we have mom holding the baby, and I'm like, I want to hold the baby.
Well, you're welcome anytime. But that is very kind of everyone. We are literally great, and I mean, we're gonna package orders today. We're just like living normal life. It's like really wild. I've been filming some Instagram content ads, I've been getting some cool ones I'm very excited about. But I think I just want to share something for others who have people that are having babies. I think one of the best things that people have done for us was that we got like DoorDash gift cards from people, which is so kind.
Yes.
We had somebody drop off like muffins for us. Reed and Ange brought over, like they went to the store and they have all these like pre-made meals like at this like really nice store for us, and that we could just pop in the oven. So that was just I guess I wouldn't think to do that for people like right off the bat. But that has been just such a really kind gesture that people have done for us. Again, he's been really easy, so I feel like I could have cooked dinner, but just knowing that we have that for the first like week of survival was very, very kind. So if you have any close to you that are having babies, I think that is something that you can do for them that would really mean a lot.
Everybody gets hungry. Nobody wants to cook. That's like universal, even if you're not having a baby.
Exactly.
Amazing. What has been your favorite Brooks moment that you're going to tell other moms about?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. They're all my favorite.
I love that.
They really are. It's just like.
Have you taken him into the nursery yet?
I had to grab something up there yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, you haven't seen your room yet. This is your room."
Cool.
Like those are things you just like. I don't know. We haven't really thought of that, but yeah, he saw his room for the first time yesterday. I don't know. They're all. I mean, he just like chills in this little thing.
Yeah.
We just like walk by him and we're like, oh my God, you're so perfect.
Oh. How does he do like being passed around?
Fine.
Amazing.
The only time that he cries and like hates life is getting changed or like changing his diaper, or anytime that he's like not clothed, he like loses his mind.
Do you think that's like a cold thing?
Maybe, but we like joke because we're like, see, this is why we're like afraid to go out in public with you. Like, when one of us has to change your diaper, people are gonna be calling CPS on us.
Yeah.
It's like you're losing your mind.
That's hilarious. He just doesn't want to be naked. Good for him.
I know.
He spent the first 90% of his life naked, so like he's over it for right now.
That's fair. It's fair.
Let's see. Everybody is like lots of congratulations, lots of
I know.
Brooks is beautiful, Brooks is handsome.
Which is
Um,
that was something we've joked about. Like nobody ever is gonna think that your own baby is like not cute, right? Everybody
right.
thinks baby's cute. And I keep joking, like, when's somebody gonna be honest with us and like let us know that he is not the cutest thing in the world because we just think he's like
No, but he is. He's really
so
cute.
cute. He's so
And for the record, I've been loving hearing other people like Hofo and I were talking about it before you hopped on, and AJ and I talked about it and whatever, but like who he looks like.
he's Kyle's twin.
I think he's Kyle's twin too. Um, Other people are saying like he has your eyes.
I've heard that he has my eyes a couple of times,
Yeah.
but how are we judging that? His eyes are basically always closed.
Yeah, fair. And like, don't babies' eyes all change color? Like,
We Googled that the other day. You won't like find out the color of his eyes until he's like 6 to 9 months old.
yeah,
Wild.
that is wild. But like, cool.
I'll have to
He's throwing eyeballs.
I think I sent it to you, but there's like a baby picture of Kyle and
Yeah.
they're twins. I should share it with everybody because they are twins. And
They're
sometimes
identical.
Kyle yawns. Like the other day he yawned and I was like, oh my gosh, Brooks is literally your twin. Like in that ass, I don't know, like his face when he yawned, I was like, oh my God, you guys are twins.
Oh, that's so cute.
But genetics is wild.
Genetics is wild. Genetics, the whole concept of genetics is
Yeah.
just a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But amazing. La 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 la. How's motherhood? Are newborns as terrifying as they seem?
No. No. Again, we have like an angel baby. And I said at the beginning of the episode of like your parental like instincts just kind of like kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you learn so we had him on Monday night and we were discharged from the hospital Wednesday afternoon. So we basically had like a day and a half there, maybe a little longer. And you learn so much just in that little amount of time, like with the nurses. They will answer all of your questions, as stupid as they can be. They will answer them for you. And you just learn so much there. And I don't know, like, yeah, I think you said to me, like, were you taking notes? Did you leave like the hospital with like a notebook of all the things? But you don't. And you just like, you hear it and it clicks and you just know. It's so weird. So, because I could see us getting freaked out at like some of the noises that he makes, or when he eats and he almost like makes these noises like he's like gasping for air, but he's not. He's just like it's normal. And I guess when you learn, yeah, he's just trying to eat. And when you learn these things, it's just like, oh yeah, that's normal. Like even my mom comes over and she's like, why is he breathing so heavy? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just like what he does. Like it's fine. And, or I don't know. It's just like you're right. It's just like your motherly instinct like kicks in. Now, Kyle is very stressed when we put him down to go to bed. He is like, is he breathing? And that is like a real thing. And a lot of the times we pull up our like the monitor and like we'll like make sure that we see his like chest moving and we're like good to go. So that part is that's probably the scariest part. But like for everybody saying like when your life's about to change and like good luck getting sleep and good luck doing this and good luck doing that. Like that part of scariness, no.
Yeah.
We think it's great. I don't know.
Good. Yeah. What do you obviously like your monitor situation? What can you tell us about it? Like what kind is it? What is it? Is it like wrap around his chest? What's the situation?
Yeah, so we have the Nanit, which is it has a wrap that we can put around his chest. We haven't been using the wrap around his chest, which is probably kind of dumb, but that's because we have these like weighted sleep sack swaddles that we put him in at night and he loves it. And I think that's why he sleeps so well. So we kind of don't want to like mess it up. So we haven't been using that part, but it's great because we have it now in our bedroom. Like, yes, he's in our room, but it's still just like right over his bed, so we can pull it up on our phone and not have to like get out of bed to see him. And then it easily just like detaches, and we put it upstairs on his wall mount upstairs. So yeah, we love it, and it's on our phones, like
Amazing.
Wi-Fi. So when Kyle does the 12 o'clock feed, he's up from like 9 to 12 when I'm in bed, and he just has his phone and he takes it downstairs and like watches him to make sure he doesn't cry, because that's technically his shift when I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah.
He knows that even if he's in the middle of the game, he has to come get baby during that time. Yeah, we like that monitor.
Is the Nana, is it the wrap one that has like a pattern on it and the camera like sees the pattern?
Yeah, so it's like, which is like so high tech, but yeah, it has a pattern that I think just like moves the littlest to show the camera that he's breathing. So it comes with just like the regular wrap. They're having a Black Friday sale right now. So we did buy like, they have like a sleep sack and like PJs or a couple of different things that have the pattern on it. So you don't just have to like use the wrap. So we did just buy those for when we do start using the breathing monitor feature. Or I think maybe we will try it once we have the sleep sack. He likes to have his arms like swaddled to not move. Okay. So one of the things that we bought from Nanit does wrap his arms like that. So we'll see if we can get rid of the weighted sleep sack. But it's just like one of those things, like once you figure out what works for your baby, you don't want to like mess it up, because right now he sleeps so well. So if the weighted sleep sack is how he's going to sleep, then mom and dad want their sleep. So
yeah, I don't know if I like wasn't paying attention at I mean, why would I be looking for this? But I never realized they made weighted sleep sacks.
Yeah, they're from like Dreamland Baby, for anybody out there. And I saw them a lot. It was one of those things that I saw a lot on Instagram, and it was like, oh, they sold me and I need it. And they come in all different sizes. So like the first, I think this one's like 0 to 3 months, and it's wraps his arms up. His arms can't leave. And then you transition into one where it's like his arms can be up, but it's still weighted, because if he starts rolling over, he needs access to his arms. Right. And then like each size gets a little heavier, I believe, is how they work. But
it's like a person weighted blanket.
Yeah, they're like, weighted. I feel like weighted sounds a little scary, but it's very light.
Yeah.
Weighted to him.
So cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything you bought, or I guess you probably don't want to say if you were gifted, but like anything that you spent money on that you're like, wow, that was the dumbest thing I bought? Or like you haven't even opened it. I mean, that's meant for this time period.
Not yet. I feel like I was very less is better.
Yeah.
When like registering and when buying stuff, like I just didn't want all this crap at our house.
Yeah.
We use his like Snuggle Me organic pillow. He's like in that right now. He uses that all the time. We did buy a bouncer, which he really does like. And then they have these like swings called these Mamaroo swings, and they're so expensive that I took it off the registry because I was like, this seems unnecessary. What if he doesn't want it? He doesn't like it? And it moves on its own, and it like is supposed to give the effect that like you're being rocked.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at the hospital, and I'm like, oh, he would love a Mamaroo swing, because he really liked to be like held and rocked. So I joked to my mom, I was like, we're going to need a Mamaroo swing. And of course, the next day we came home and my dad shows up and he went and bought a Mamaroo swing. So and he loves it.
Cool.
So I guess that would, I'm glad that we didn't buy it beforehand, because
how would you know?
Like a $300 swing, and you just don't even know if your kid's gonna like it. And even when my dad brought it, I was like, Dad, like, what if he doesn't like it? And he goes, well, we have like our niece coming soon. She's like, maybe she will. So
yeah,
at least we have it and we can give it to my brother and Ashley once he's done with it, because man, some of this stuff is so expensive for such a short amount of time. Crazy.
Yeah, I hear that. Do you have any new mom or first time mom tips?
I think my tip would be just to like don't listen to all the negativity and have a more positive outlook going into it. And your baby is not going to be like Brooke's, and your birth story is not going to be like mine. And I mean, I've preached that to the end, but I think that's my advice, is just, have a good mindset going into it.
Yeah.
And also like take advantage of the people in your circle. Like if your husband's willing to help, let him help.
Totally. You guys are also very lucky. I was thinking about it when you were talking about Christmas plans, that your mom is so close, and then his parents are relatively close.
Yeah, we are.
And like you also have your brother or both your brothers and Ash, and you have obviously like Reed and Kyle's family.
We're all so close. Like everybody is like Kyle's family is 25 minutes away, and that's the furthest out that we have. Everybody else is very close. My grandparents live across the street from my parents. I'm right next door to my aunt and uncle. Like we have so much help. We have too much help, honestly.
Yeah. But it's just like
look and say that, and we're grateful for sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You deserve all of it though, so
thanks.
It's so cool. I don't think
we got them all.
Yeah, I think we got them all.
So it's time to show them off.
Yeah, unless you have any quick commentary on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, because that was also asked.
Oh, I'm still here for it. I'm living for it. We never talked really about him in Argentina. Oh my God. They're like perfect. I don't care. I just don't even care. This is what she just
agree.
This is what she deserves. He's just a gem.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I love too that he is like willing to participate in the lifestyle. Like I feel like Joe, we like never saw Joe.
Yeah, he's just like so proud of her and shows her off. And clearly she's here for it too, or she wouldn't be changing the lyrics to her song on tour, knowing that was blow up. Like she knew that what attention she was getting out of that. She is here for it.
Yep.
And yeah, they're playing into it. I'm here for it.
Same. I'm like, I love that they're leaning in. They gotta lean in.
Yeah, exactly. And like
it's the love story we all needed.
Yeah, I still feel bad about like the paparazzi following their every move.
Of course.
But I mean,
we're happy they're there.
Yeah. Like I need to see it, but I feel bad, but at the same time, she's like out here changing lyrics to songs in the concert. Like,
I
don't know.
I agree. I love it. It's adorable. I think Donna Kelce is like God's gift to Earth. She is amazing.
And then like watching Travis and her dad Scott like together at the Argentina show is so cute.
Agree. So cute.
Talk about these people like I know them. It's the best.
Oh, me too. I have gone like further down the rabbit hole than is acceptable. It's bad.
Well, it's been so funny this week. You are the one that like lives under a rock, and you have been texting these things, and I'm like, I feel like we traded places because I didn't know this and you did, and you fill me in. I'm like, what is happening?
I'm in like all the Taylor Facebook groups. I follow all the Taylor Instagrams. My TikTok feed is all Travis and Taylor. Like
my Instagram feed, my For You page is literally just Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm
same.
It's there's Kyle's parents were at the hospital, and he obviously looks like Kyle, and his mom said something like, well, like they say that they come out like looking like whoever is like in your like aura of like who you're thinking about like for me. And I was like, oh, Well, then I would have expected him to look like Travis Kelce. And his dad was dying.
Oh my God, you're the worst. But also, like we have discussed before, Kyle and Travis, a lot of similarities.
You know, somebody DM'd me the other day when I shared my brother holding Brooks for the first time. And she said, I don't know if you've gotten this before. And I also don't know if this is Kyle's brother or your brother, but has
I know
anybody
where
ever
this is going.
said, yeah, has anybody ever said that Kyle and this guy look like the Kelce brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning my brother looks like Jason and Kyle looks like Travis. And Kyle was like, wow, that was like a really nice compliment to me. But
Yeah.
also it's funny because my brother and Ashley were just at breakfast like 2 weeks ago, and the waitress came over and said, has anybody told you that you look like Jason Kelce and that Ashley looks like Taylor Swift? And Ashley was like living, but it was just funny. Tyler's gotten this Jason Kelce comment twice, but Kyle's looking for anybody that wants to tell him that he looks a little bit like Travis Kelce.
Oh, I got like a full text about it. The first time we talked about it on the pod,
yeah,
he like said something to me and I was dying because you and I had just recorded the second episode where we talked about it. And I was like, Travis Kelce is ugly.
That's like the biggest regretful thing you've ever said on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I stand by in
you didn't
that
like outfit. Okay.
Yeah. The outfit was 0 out of 10. I just don't
think his outfit
that
he wore to Monday Night Football this week, his like tight jeans and his old school jacket. I was like, oh baby.
No, I need to check it out. Yeah, he's a total babe.
Yeah, he really is.
I think women also have this like special trait, or maybe men have it too, I don't know, where like men become more attractive when they are like nice, considerate, funny, like absolutely. All those things.
Once you know more about them, yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm just like Travis Kelce's #1 fan.
I agree.
Like, and then like his old tweets come out and I'm dying about
he's just like he's just a real just a guy.
Yeah, he's like a homie, and it's just great. I think it's like everything Taylor needs in life. That family in general seems very like well-rounded, all-American.
Well,
like,
I know he did some interview recently and he talked about how like he's a big family man and so is she, and they really like click on that level, and I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Where was Joe's family?
Yeah, where was anything about Joe? I can't believe they dated for so long.
I know, I was never like a big Joe fan because we didn't know anything, so I couldn't judge. But hey, as long as all I want is for her to be happy.
Me too. And
if you ask me, she seems way happier with Travis than she ever did with Joe. So
agree.
Joe,
totally agree. Joe can go.
Oh.
All right, give us the baby. I'm freaking out.
Oh, he's gonna stretch for us. Brooks, you're making your debut. Can you wake up? No.
Oh.
He's just sleepy all the time.
Hi, Brooks. Hi, buddy.
Do you say hello?
Hi.
No.
Oh my gosh, I love it. He's just like his mom. He needs his sleep.
I know, he really does. Oh, and he just tooted. Great.
He's so cute. I love him.
Kyle, I think we got poop. Yeah. That was like a wet one.
Oh my God, stop it.
There you go. Oof.
Yeah, but
yeah, good luck.
It's a blowout. It's a blowout.
That was good.
Hey, he will forever go down in history as man who pooped on TV as his debut. So
there we go.
What a sweetie. He is perfect and precious and everything.
We're just seriously obsessed. I was like joking. I was like, people thought I was obsessed with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh, that
is it bad out there? bad in there?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Good. That is so funny.
That's another thing. Another surprising thing. You don't realize how much you'll just start talking about poop with your husband.
Oh, I bet. Like what color it is, how much.
Oh, yeah.
What time. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the texture? What
did we feed this kid?
Yeah, we're very into the poop talk nowadays.
I know you have a younger brother, but does Kyle have a younger brother or sister?
No, he's
or
the youngest.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So is this like his first diaper? Not today, but like, is this baby his first diaper?
Yeah, his first diaper was changed like in the hospital, and it was very, very stressful for him.
It is. Stephanie still teaches me things about diapers. Like they have like a magical line on them that changes colors if there's pee.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
It is really cool. And you also learn a lot about what clothes are good and what are bad. Like button clothes, I just don't even understand why companies are making that still. A double zipper is the best thing on the planet, one that opens both ways.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's some outfits that we will pull out and be like, there's a lot of buttons on this. I just don't know if it's worth it.
That's Stephanie says people who give you items with buttons don't love you, which I think is so funny.
It's true though. Like you learn very quickly that I don't even know how baby companies are still making things with buttons. Like, it's 23. Come on.
Well, the other thing I've seen that's really cool is the magnets. Have you had a magnet one yet?
I don't have any magnet ones yet, but I have seen those. Yeah.
Those are like the miracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want magnet clothes.
Same. Same.
Amazing. All right. Well, you got to go clean up a poopy butt. Actually, you don't, because you have an amazing husband who is helping you out, which is.
He's great. Yeah. That one might like needed a bath though. So we'll see.
Well, have you done a bath yet?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But
sorry, just got a ring through. Well, I expect more baby pictures all day, every day for the rest of time.
Of course.
Good.
I'm trying to find a happy medium of like sharing on Instagram. You know, you don't want to like overshare your kid, but also like I could.
Well, I want all the pictures. So
yeah,
Instagram or not, send them to me.
I will.
And do you have any these are your closing thoughts. Do you have any closing thoughts about Brooks on the internet? Like, are you going to start him a Graham page or whatever?
No, I'm not going to like start him his own thing, but I mean, my Instagram has involved with me, and now I'm a mom, so I will share him as much as I feel comfortable, but I'm like, I'll share him, you know?
Yeah. We're all here to see it. Like,
yeah, I'm on the nice side of the internet for the most part. So
yes, I agree.
Yeah. I don't want to be like full mom content, but yeah, I'm going to share quite a bit.
Well, and people have grown up with you. Like when I just did KG's podcast, I was like, you know, my friend Shelby, Cafe 47, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, what? And I was like, oh my God, I've been here a while. Like
it's been a journey. It has been a journey.
So I'm so happy for you and so thankful that you are willing to share your experience and your life and all of it with me and with all of our friends that listen, because it's just, I'm invested and like, it's been a journey.
It has been a journey. Here we are.
Yeah. If anybody has questions for you or whatever, what's the best way, or like wants to say congrats, Instagrammies. That's where you're at. Or like leave a comment on our YouTube. Hey.
Yeah, do that. Just don't send me like a Facebook message. Those I ignore. Sorry about it.
Same. I don't.
Yeah. Facebook stays private. I know that we have our Facebook group, but it stays private. We're not being friends. I'm so sorry.
But also like, it's just, Messenger is like not for me. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
With everything. You're going to go what?
I got to go help Kyle.
Oh, yeah. Good luck. Good luck with that blowout.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.